Welcome team. In this video we are going to discuss about the real war is on truth, unmasking the Pahalgam attack and the power of awareness. Today we peel back the layers behind a national tragedy, not just to revisit the facts but to ask why are the real facts often hidden, and why does truth come second to perception in matter of violence and fear. On April 22, 2025, five-armed, a bullshit in a human form, the idiotic terrorists brutally murdered 26 Indian civilians, mainly Hindus. They are tourists, and one Christian and also one Muslim. A local Muslim man trying to help was also killed on that incident in Baisaran Valley, Pahalgam, Jammu and Kashmir. It became India's deadliest attack since the 2008 Mumbai carnage. But within hours of the event, national headlines began pointing fingers. The group, the Resistance Front, the so-called TRF, without solid evidence was linked to the carnage allegedly with unnamed sources. No militant or resistance or terrorist group officially took responsibility. First of all, terrorism in all its forms must be condemned. No ideology, religion or political agenda justifies the taking of innocent lives. It should be condemned. They should be punished because they are animals in a human form. It's vital to recognize that many so-called terrorists are pawns in larger geopolitical games. Often they are manipulated by powerful interests with no true understanding or commitment to faith they falsely claim to represent. 90% of them are false. Absolutely, they don't have enough knowledge about Islam. They are not belongs to Islamic ideology. Why did the media and officials rush to attribute blame instead of waiting for forensic or intelligence-based confirmation? Are we more focused on managing narrative than actually securing justice? Isn't it? Mainly I'm talking about the social media people. So the sensitivity and suspicion. Why did this attack occur during national debate over Islamic Waqf property rights in the Supreme Court of India? So why right before Bihar's political campaign season? If the perpetrators were unknown, how did certain media houses immediately tie it to religious extremism? What purpose does this framing serve? So political capital, communal division, pre-programmed public fear. Violence coincides with national sensitivities and yet no one claims responsibility. It's a kind of alarm bells ring louder, not for retaliation but for a deeper investigation. According to me, I can say it's a pure intelligence failure. You know what? This wasn't a spontaneous attack. It involved weapons, right? Great logistics arrangement, well settled coordination, and yet the Indian intelligence community failed to detect any signs. They involved five terrorists, right? So-called animals in a human form. The supply chain, you can verify the supply chain. Where from they got the weapons and funds and everything? Where did they get the map, the route map? How did they arrange the accommodations and all? Where did they eat? And yet they didn't arrest one single person from the group till. So ask yourself, where were the weapons sourced from, man? Where did the attackers train? Without training, they cannot execute this kind of a public attack. How did such a major operations unfold without noise, movement, suspicion? Why were no security personnel deployed in a known tourist area? Instead of addressing these questions, some officials pivoted to blame external enemies without proof and without accountability. It's a shame. Is this a strategy to protect internal incompetence or worse, to hide complicity? So who gains from the fast unverified blame games? Politicians. They gain sympathy votes. We can get military contractors. They justify increase their budgets, right? Budgets of buying weapons and some other resources and materials and all. This is the time for conquer everything regarding the budgets. So extremist group, they provoke retaliation that deepens the cycle of violence. Media houses, they thrive on ratings and sensationalism. It shows past few days and a week instead of creating awareness to the people for the unity in diversity. Meanwhile, the real culprits, they remains unknown. They may have a chance to free, to strike again, right? In our video, the antidote is awareness, not war. A critical citizenry is required. In this moment, public should be very informed. Resistance to propaganda. The public must demand the transparent investigation, uncensored intelligence failure, fast-checked media narratives, accountability from both state and non-state officials. They are the responsible personalities. They have to ensure accountability through their coordinations and the pure investigation. So this is not just about one valley or one religion or one nation. It's about how fear is managed, how blame is engineered, and how people are distracted from the real perpetrators of violence. This attack was not just about violence. I tell you one thing, that it was also about the power, the politics, and public fear, showing how fragile peace is in Kashmir and how quickly false narratives can escalate global risk. Instead of quick reacting, please start questioning. The real weapon of the future is not a gun or bomb, it's a critical thinking. Let's build it together. Stay aware, stay empowered. Remember, truth doesn't shout, but it always outlasts the lie. So be aware of that. Enhancing the knowledge is very, very crucial in this moment. If you have anything to share, put in comment. Criticism, most welcome.